Have you ever noticed how some women seem to command attention from men without even trying? What is it about a Sigma female that makes her stand out so effortlessly? It's not magic, it's the mindset, the vibe, and the energy you carry with you. Today we're breaking down how Sigma females interact with men, and why their approach is so powerful yet understated. As a Sigma female, your energy is your greatest strength. It's not loud or overbearing, but it's powerful in a way that draws people in without you having to say a word. You don't walk into a room trying to be the center of attention, yet all eyes seem to find you. Why? Because your presence speaks volumes. Unlike those who chase external validation, you don't feel the need to prove anything to anyone, especially men. You're not interested in fitting into traditional molds or playing games to gain attention. Your confidence doesn't scream, it whispers, and that's exactly what makes it so captivating. Men, and people in general, are used to noise. They're used to people trying too hard. But when they encounter someone like you, someone who is calm, composed, and genuinely self-assured, it's refreshing, it's intriguing. You see, Sigma females don't follow society's expectations of how women should behave around men. You're not overly flirtatious, nor do you feel the need to downplay your strengths to make someone else feel comfortable. Instead, you carry yourself with quiet dignity. You know your worth, and that knowledge radiates from you in subtle but undeniable ways. This isn't arrogance, it's self-respect, and self-respect is one of the most attractive qualities anyone can have. What makes your energy so unique is its balance. You don't walk into interactions thinking, "What can I get out of this?" Instead, your focus is on being authentic and genuine. You don't need to talk excessively or dominate a conversation to make your presence felt. In fact, your ability to observe and listen often says more than words ever could. When you do speak, your words carry weight because they're thoughtful and deliberate. This is something men notice and admire. Your authenticity also sets you apart. You're not trying to be someone you're not, and this makes people, including men, feel at ease around you. They don't feel like they're dealing with someone who's putting on a facade. Instead, they see a woman who knows who she is and isn't afraid to show it. This is why Sigma females are often seen as mysterious. You don't overshare and you're not overly expressive about your thoughts or feelings. This makes people curious. They want to know more about you, but they also sense that you're not someone who's easily won over. This balance between being approachable yet enigmatic is what keeps you unforgettable in any situation. One of the most defining traits of a Sigma female is her calm confidence. This isn't the loud, in-your-face kind of confidence that demands attention. Instead, it's a quiet, unshakable belief in yourself that speaks louder than words ever could. When you're around men, this calm confidence is what sets you apart, and it's what they notice first. You don't feel the need to compete for attention or prove your worth. Why? Because you already know your value. You're not looking for validation from anyone, least of all men. This doesn't mean you're dismissive or aloof. On the contrary, your confidence makes you approachable in a way that feels genuine and effortless. Men can sense that you're comfortable with who you are, and that kind of energy is incredibly magnetic. Picture this. You walk into a room full of people. Some are chatting loudly, others are trying to stand out in obvious ways. But then there's you, calm, composed, and observant. You're not in a rush to speak or make a grand entrance. You let your presence do the work. Your calm demeanor signals that you're secure in yourself, and that quiet self-assurance is what makes you stand out. Men are often drawn to this kind of energy because it's rare. In a world where so many people are chasing approval or trying to fit in, your ability to stay grounded is refreshing. It challenges the norm. It makes them wonder, what's her story? What makes her so self-assured? This curiosity often leads to admiration. Your confidence also shows in the way you carry yourself, whether it's the way you maintain eye contact without hesitation, the way you speak with clarity and purpose, or the way you carry yourself with poise. Every detail reflects your inner strength. You're not overly assertive, but you're also not timid. You found the perfect balance, a balance that commands respect. Another thing that stands out is your ability to stay calm under pressure. You're not the type to get flustered or thrown off by awkward moments or unexpected situations. This composure makes you a stabilizing presence, and people, including men, are naturally drawn to it. The best part? Your confidence isn't tied to anyone else's opinion. Whether a man is impressed or not, you stay the same. You know that your worth doesn't depend on external factors, and that's what makes your confidence so real, so unshakable, and so incredibly attractive. Sigma females are known for their ability to set boundaries, and this is one of the most powerful ways they interact with men. While many people struggle to say no or to protect their personal space, a Sigma female understands that boundaries are not just about keeping others at a distance. They're about valuing yourself. And when you value yourself, others, including men, can't help but respect you. When you set a boundary, it's not about being harsh or unkind. It's about being clear and assertive. For example, you're not afraid to decline a date if you're not interested, or to walk away from a conversation that doesn't serve you. This doesn't mean you're rude, it means you prioritize your time and energy. Men notice this because it's rare. Many people bend over backward to accommodate others, but a Sigma female knows that doing so at the expense of her own peace is never worth it. Your boundaries show that you have standards. Whether it's how you expect to be treated, the kind of behavior you tolerate, or how much of your time you're willing to give, you communicate your worth without even having to explain it. And here's the thing. Men respect a woman with standards. They recognize that you're not someone who can be easily taken for granted or manipulated. Take this scenario. Let's say a man is trying to impress you by being overly flashy or boastful. Instead of pretending to be interested, you might politely nod and shift the conversation to something more meaningful, or even excuse yourself entirely. Your actions show that you're not swayed by superficial displays of attention. Instead, you value depth, authenticity, and respect. What's even more impressive is how you set these boundaries with grace. You don't need to raise your voice or make a big deal out of it. A simple, calm, "I'm not comfortable with that," or "I'm not interested, but thank you," is enough to make your point. This calm firmness is what makes your boundaries so effective. You're not looking for drama or conflict, you're simply protecting your peace. And let's not forget, boundaries aren't just about saying no, they're also about knowing when to say yes, but only when it aligns with your values and goals. This balance shows that you're not closed off, you're selective. You're not afraid to let someone in, but they have to earn their place in your life. Men admire this strength because it's a rare combination of self-respect and emotional maturity. Your boundaries aren't walls. They're a framework that ensures your interactions are healthy, balanced, and meaningful. And that, Sigma Queens, is why your boundaries are one of your greatest assets. One of the most remarkable traits of a Sigma female is her ability to balance strength with kindness. In a world where strength is often mistaken for coldness or detachment, you break the mold. You show that it's entirely possible to be strong without being harsh, and kind without being overly accommodating. This delicate balance is part of what makes you so intriguing to men and to everyone around you. Your strength lies in your independence, your confidence, and your unwavering sense of self. You don't need anyone to complete you because you're already whole. But here's the key. While you don't need others, you still value meaningful connections. You're not afraid to be kind, to show empathy, or to extend a helping hand when it's genuinely needed. This combination of strength and warmth is rare, and it's what makes your interactions with men so memorable. Think about it. When you're around men, you don't put on a tough exterior to prove how strong you are. You don't feel the need to dominate the conversation or show off. Instead, your strength speaks through your actions. You're confident in who you are, and because of that, you can afford to be kind without fear of being taken advantage of. For instance, you might offer a genuine compliment or a kind word when you feel it's deserved. But here's the difference. Your kindness never feels forced or fake. It's not about getting something in return or trying to win anyone's approval. It's simply a reflection of who you are, strong enough to give without losing yourself in the process. This balance is especially evident in how you handle challenges. Let's say a man tries to test your boundaries or play mind games. Instead of reacting with anger or shutting down completely, you respond with calm confidence. You might smile and say something like, "I don't think that works for me," and leave it at that. Your response shows both strength and grace, and it leaves a lasting impression. Your kindness also shines in how you treat others, regardless of their status. Whether it's the waiter at a restaurant, a co-worker, or someone you just met, you treat everyone with respect. Men notice this, and it sets you apart. It shows that your kindness isn't selective or conditional. It's genuine. This balance of strength and kindness is powerful because it creates a sense of trust. Men feel drawn to you not just because of your confidence, but because your warmth makes them feel seen and respected. You show them that being strong doesn't mean being closed off, and that kindness isn't a weakness, but a choice made from a place of inner strength. And that, Sigma Queen, is your superpower. One of the most fascinating things about Sigma females is their comfort with silence. While so many people rush to fill every moment with words, you embrace the stillness. You understand that silence isn't awkward, it's powerful. It gives you space to observe, reflect, and truly connect with the moment. When you're around men, this ability to be at ease in silence makes you stand out. It's a subtle yet powerful trait that leaves a lasting impression. In a world where constant chatter and noise are the norm, your silence is like a breath of fresh air. Men are often used to conversations filled with unnecessary words, people trying too hard to impress, oversharing, or nervously talking just to avoid quiet moments. But when they're with you, they sense something different. You're not in a rush to speak. You don't feel the need to dominate the conversation or prove anything with endless words. Instead, you choose your moments to speak carefully, making your words more impactful. Imagine this. You're sitting across from a man, maybe on a date or in a group setting. While others might fill the silence with small talk, you're perfectly comfortable letting it linger. You make eye contact, smile, and maybe take a sip of your drink. You don't fidget or look away nervously. This calm confidence makes the silence feel intentional, not awkward. It creates a sense of intrigue. He starts wondering, what's on her mind? What's she thinking? Your silence invites curiosity, making him want to know more about you. This doesn't mean you're withdrawn or unengaged. It means you're present. When you do speak, your words carry weight. You've taken the time to listen, to think, and to understand the flow of the conversation. Men notice this, and it sets you apart. They realize you're not someone who speaks just to fill the air. You speak with purpose and authenticity, and that's incredibly attractive. Your comfort with silence also shows emotional maturity. It signals that you're secure enough in yourself to not need constant validation or reassurance. You're okay with pausing, with letting the moment breathe. This kind of composure can be disarming in the best way. It creates a sense of calm and stability that men find deeply appealing. What's more, your silence often reveals your confidence in observing and understanding others. While many rush to express themselves, you take the time to read the room, to understand people's actions and words. This makes you a better communicator, even when you're not speaking. In the end, your ability to embrace silence is a reflection of your inner peace and strength. It's a quiet yet powerful way of showing that you're comfortable with yourself. And that kind of self-assuredness leaves a lasting impact on everyone you meet, men included. The way Sigma females interact with men isn't just unique, it's transformative. Your calm confidence, strong boundaries, and ability to balance strength with kindness make you a rare force in a world where many people feel pressured to conform. But why does this matter so much? Because your approach isn't just about how you interact with men, it's about how you carry yourself in every part of your life. It's a reflection of your self-respect, your authenticity, and your unwavering sense of purpose. In today's world, many women are taught to either dim their light to make others comfortable, or to adopt a more aggressive stance to be taken seriously. Sigma females do neither. You found a way to exist unapologetically, blending power with grace in a way that demands respect without asking for it. When you're around men, this mindset changes the dynamic entirely. You're not seeking approval or trying to fit into their expectations. Instead, you set the tone by being completely and authentically you. This approach matters because it challenges societal norms. It shows men, and everyone else, that strength doesn't have to be loud, and that kindness isn't a weakness. Your calm, self-assured demeanor teaches others that it's okay to be yourself, to hold your ground, and to set boundaries without sacrificing compassion. When men interact with you, they're often inspired to elevate their own behavior. They realize they're dealing with someone who won't settle for less than mutual respect and genuine connection. What's even more important is the example you set for other women. When other women see how you carry yourself, they're reminded that they don't have to play games or compromise their values to be noticed or respected. You become a quiet role model, showing them that the most powerful thing they can do is be true to themselves. This matters on a personal level too. By staying authentic, you avoid the exhausting cycle of pretending to be someone you're not. You save your energy for the things and people that truly matter. And because you're not trying to impress anyone, the connections you form are genuine. The men who are drawn to you are those who value you for who you are, not for a version of yourself you've created to fit their expectations. Ultimately, the way you carry yourself is a reflection of your inner peace. It's a message to the world and to men that you don't need anyone's approval to feel complete, and that is what makes you truly powerful. So why does this matter? Because the way you live your life and the way you interact with others, including men, is proof that authenticity, respect, and self-love are the real keys to lasting confidence and connection. So, Sigma Queens, let's keep it real. The way you carry yourself, your calm, confidence, and quiet power, is your superpower. Whether you're interacting with men or anyone else, just remember, the only validation you need is your own. Tell me in the comments, what's your favorite way to stay confident around men? I'd love to hear your stories. Don't forget to subscribe to Timeless Stoic Learning for more wisdom, motivation, and inspiration. See you in the next video.